guys want to continue standing for this. So for the North, Hugo is definitely the North Region Director. He filled Jenny's seat. Augie refilled his own seat. If he doesn't make it here tonight, he'll be removed again. So Augie's also North. Anthony is West. He filled in Luisana's seat. Troy is South, filled in Sasha's seat. Jen, and then we'll clarify, filled in Gama's seat in the East Region, which is where you live, so we're all good with that. Scott Johnson, your at-large community interest, filled in for Ruben, and then Ruben went and filled the West seat. Okay, so should be all correct on the roll call list. Okay, now if we'll please stand and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now if we'll do roll call, I'll ask Michelle to please take the roll call.
Hugo Pacheco. Tom Williams, absent. Agustin Rodriguez, absent. Cynthia Sandoval. Manuel Chacon, absent. Troy Carbajal.
Here.
Anthony Manzano, absent. Victor June Ayala, absent. Scott Johnson.
Here.
Yoli Garcia, absent. Jennifer Markovich.
Here.
Michelle Corsantes, here. Ruben Chavez, absent. Angela Duarte. Marlene Fonseca.
Here.
We have quorum.
And for the record, we also have Victor June Ayala present. So if we'll please mark him as present. And now we'll go ahead with general public comment. I have one speaker card here for Ms. Luz Castillo.
I'm sorry, we don't know.
Before we go on, is there somebody to volunteer to take minutes? I was gonna ask Cynthia, but I understand you're not a typist. Angela? No?
Well,
Jen?
we were going to say he could just read the
Okay.
video, no?
Okay, we'll have him do that then. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Castillo.
Here we go. Hi, good evening. My name is Luz Castillo, here representing the United States Census Bureau. And the reason why I'm here is because we're in the midst of a census. We're doing a test census in order to prepare for the 2020 census. One of the biggest things that people will notice is that we now offer the opportunity to answer the census form online. So we're trying to be more modern in terms of our methods of collection and hoping to save billions of federal dollars by automating a lot of what we do with the Census Bureau. So it is very important for individuals to participate in the census because when we do a population count, it is used to reapportion congressional seats. So every 10 years, the population data is used to determine how many congressional seats each state will have. So it'll affect political power as well as economic power because this data is also used to allocate over $400 billion a year annually back to our states and to our communities. So it's very important that we get a good count, and this test is going to help us identify, what are some of the challenges with collecting this data online, and again, ensure that hopefully for 2020 we do get a better count. So we did have a mail out that went out March 21st, so all of you probably should have received this, where it asks you to go online, fill it out. We have since then 2 reminders that have gone out, and next week we have a final reminder that will include a paper questionnaire. So we're not doing away with the paper questionnaire, but we just wanted to encourage as many people as possible to go online because it is the most economical way of collecting the data. The next way is with the paper questionnaire. So we're hoping another big segment of the population completes that and mails it back. Last and final is what we call non-response follow-up when census enumerators go and knock on the doors. So that's the most expensive part of doing the census. But that will start May the 12th. So we do want to encourage everybody to answer their census form. It's still available online. We have the flyer. It's in English and Spanish. It has the link to the census form where individuals can go and answer it. We even have a toll-free number for individuals if they want a live person to help them complete it. And we have assistance in many languages.
I'm sorry, that's your 2 minutes.
Oh, okay. So lastly, just have the toolkit. I'll
Okay.
leave with you.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we will see you at our kite festival.
Yes.
That's one for Jake. Next, I have Mr. Cabrera.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is George Cabrera. I'd like to start out with our new issue is out now for the Community Beacon. It's our spring 2016. I'd like to start out, we have on the second page, as you can see on page, for Mother's Day, we have a special page that we're going to be dedicating for all the mothers of the community. If you're interested in putting out a message, we have each dedication are up to 20 words for $10 or $20 includes a photo. And I have applications here tonight if you'd be interested in writing something, for your mother. And also on page 3, as you can see, we have the Lincoln Heights Neighborhood Council election day. They purchased a full page on there. As you can see, all the information is on there. And we have a full pager. And we have very interesting articles in there. You can check them out. And the deadline for the Mother's Day application is on April 22nd. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cabrera. Is there anybody else here for public comment? Okay, moving on to item number 5. Here we have board member comments and or announcements. I'd ask the board members to make sure your comments and announcements are pertinent to our stakeholders, and anything that you'd like any of our scheduled speakers to answer, perhaps this is your opportunity to inform them of what you'd like to hear about. And we'll start on my right with Troy. Scott?
One side note, I guess the president is going to be in town tomorrow for a visit and oh,
Oh, sorry, your time's up.
hello? Yeah, so tomorrow, the president will be in town, and I just heard that there is going to be some redeployment of LAPD resources out of Hollenbach. So I guess we're going to have sergeant and a couple SLOs and patrol vehicles out of the area tomorrow. So just a side note for the visit, so my comment.
Thank you. Jen? Michelle?
Nancy.
Cynthia?
Yes, we're going to have a cleanup in University Hills, April the 16th, that begins at 8:30 and ends at noon hour. We are meeting at Williams Place and Valley, I believe, in that designated area, and if anybody can come out and help us. That's my announcement.
Thank you. Hugo? Angela? Great, thank you. Moving on to item number 6, scheduled announcements and presentations. Here we have any of our public safety, LAPD, LAFD, I don't see any of them here. We also have government reports, and I do notice 2 offices here, so I'd like to ask the first representative for State Assembly Person, Jimmy Gomez, Mr. Gama.
Pretty loud. I don't know, will this work or should I use the mic?
Let's get you on the mic.
Let's get
All right, so good evening, everyone. My name is Roberto. I'm here on behalf of Assemblymember Jimmy Gomez. I have 2 events I want to report on, or mention. One event I want to report on, and then also give a legislative update. So last time I was here, we had a bill. It was our paid family leave bill. It had just gone out of the Senate, I believe. It's currently awaiting the signature from the governor, and we're hoping that's going to happen either tomorrow or Monday. So it's kind of up in the air. We're hoping it passes. I'll go ahead and let you know if it does. We had a tree giveaway this past Saturday. We were able to give away 150 trees. What we're hoping to do is help with energy consumption. So these trees, they provide shade for these hot days. So it seems like summer started early this year. So these trees will hopefully help us save energy and keep cool. We're going to be having 2 events. So we're going to be teaming up with Folar to clean up a section of the LA River. That'll be April 16th. It's going to be near Glassell Park. So we're welcoming any students that are interested in receiving hours or just want to help clean the community. I'm going to be leaving the flyers in the back table. We will also be having a youth fishing derby April 30th, the following weekend. That'll be at Lincoln Park, and it's open to children up to 15 years old. Whatever they catch, they get to take home for free. The assembly member will be at both events, so hopefully we can get some people out there to, go answer any questions you have or address any issues that you think need to be addressed. Other than that, we're your state office, so if you have any questions with anything dealing with the state of California, I'm your guy. Thank you so much for the time. Any questions?
Tough crowd.
That's right. All right, quick.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah,
One
absolutely.
question regarding the trees. What are the requirements for individuals who would like to obtain these shady trees?
Okay, so City Plants, we team up with City Plants, and we do events. It's basically, the only requirement is that you live in the city of LA, so it's anywhere in Los Angeles, and as long as you show proof, so you need a driver's license or a phone bill, electricity bill, something along those lines. And it's 1 tree per household.
Regarding the derby, who's sponsoring that? Will Gatton Adams be involved with that as far as stocking the fish inside the?
So we actually teamed up with State Fishing Game, yes, and they're going to be, they allocated 1,500 pounds of trout and catfish. I believe Dan Hernandez is going to be a part of the event. I believe he's bringing a grill and some volunteers. So he'll definitely be part of the event. We'll also have state rangers out there. We're going to have, I believe, CD1 will be there. So it's, obviously it's in Lincoln Park or Lincoln Heights, so it's Dios a Dio, but everyone's welcome.
You have flyers for that event?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to leave them over in the back.
Just one comment. My brother used to work for flood control.
Okay.
Some of these trees actually evaporate more water than they. So a study been made that some trees that you're giving away actually conserve water.
I'm not sure. That's probably a question we can ask City Plants though. We were giving away, we were teaming up with City Plants to give away fruit trees. We stopped doing that because of the consumption of water. So I believe these trees are a little bit, I can't really say. I would hope to say that they're like drought tolerant, but I'm not a articulturist. That is a good word. Arborist, there we go. I can find out for you though if you're interested.
No, just because you said it, and I don't want you to be like misstating something.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we also do have, the last event that we had, we were actually giving away trees here in El Cerrito. So if you're interested in something like that, please let me know.
Thank you, Roberto. Next, I'll ask Susie Lopez to come up from the councilman's office.
Hello everyone, my name is Susie Lopez, Field Deputy for Council Member Jose Huizar. Just a few announcements. This year on Wednesday, April 13th, next week on Wednesday, we're having our 9th annual Senior Snowball. It's basically for the seniors of the Rose Hills area and then the El Sereno Senior Citizen Center. And basically 120 seniors are going to attend. It's going to take place at the Alexandria Hotel in downtown. Second, we're having a community cleanup scheduled for Saturday, April 16th. I did leave a few flyers in the back, and I just want to thank Michelle and Victor for working with us. And we're also having our 6th annual Kite Festival at Ascot Hills, which is scheduled for Sunday, April 24th. I also left flyers in the back, and I would like to thank Troy, Marlene, and Cynthia. We did install a bike corral right outside of our office on Huntington Drive, so we're very excited about that. And that goes great with our bike repair station that was recently installed as well. So if you have time to check it out. As for our Soto Bridge project update, the city is making great progress on the Soto Street Bridge project. Most recently, the contractor has laid the new curb line and is preparing to install sidewalks on the south side of Huntington Drive. The project is scheduled to be completed this fall. Some major upgrades on the Soto project will include much needed green space. When I mention green space, I'm not referring to a park, it's just an open green space that's going to be maintained by the city. As for the Rose Hill Recreation Center, it has now a new ADA walking path, bleachers, and a water fountain currently under construction with a completion date very soon. We're planning on mid-May. Councilmember Weezer and the Department of Rec and Parks secured funding for these improvements through Prop K, and we look forward to seeing the community use them. Just a few updates regarding streets that have been resurfaced. This month in our area has been Ithaca, Chester, Brawley, and Block. We did send out a few letters indicating these improvements. If you or anyone has any streets that would like to be resurfaced, please contact myself or our office, and we'll work on that with street services. El Sereno Park improvements are ongoing. A fence at the corner of Ruth Swiggett has been repaired due to the recent car accident. Additional safety measures will be added at the corner by installing pylons behind the repaired fence. And last but not least, we do have our El Sereno Business Watch that's scheduled next week on Tuesday. These take place every month on the second Tuesday. They're from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. It is mainly recommended for all of the businesses to attend, but anyone's welcome. Any questions?
Just a correction on the ADA and Rose Hills. The ADA compliance is not at the Rose Hill Recreation Center, it's up at the park, at Rose Hill Park. So just clarification on that when marking it down on your e-blast, it's not the also in the Rose Hill Recreation Center where the ADA is, it's up at the back part. So there's two parts, there's the rec center and there's the park on top. And that's where actually the ADA construction is going down, the Rose Hill Park, not the rec center.
Are you referring to the district e-blast that went out last week?
Yeah.
That's what okay, we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. Is there anybody else here from any government entities to provide a report or an update? No? Okay, we're going to move on to item 60, LA 32 Neighborhood Council Committee reports. Starting with the executive committee, I have nothing to report on that. We continue to meet and prepare the agenda on a monthly basis. Next, land use. I know I need to get Scott you some information, but do you have anything from land use?
Yeah, couple things. So one of the, I just need contact information for the other board members. One of the issues we want to look at possibly having a town hall forum for the elections. You see, there's in the Beacon, one of the big issues is wrongful gentrification. It'd be nice to have some sort of meeting where we could actually kind of do a combination meeting in town hall to get to a development and gentrification and invite the candidates to the upcoming, the next incarnation of this board come out and give a discussion on their viewpoints regarding that issue. Okay? And so, but once I get the information, I want to try to get a meeting going the next week or two. One thing we may look at is depending on the availability of the other two committee members, I may ask that we, in the interim, add 2 more director positions to the committee so that we can kind of move forward with some of these outstanding issues that need to be wrapped up and then And that way we have a good handoff to the next incarnation of the board coming up in June.
Thank you.
Yes.
Scott, but did Mr. Madonna get a hold of you regarding the rehabilitation for the Roseville Courts? I know that there was supposed to be a contact person that contacted our board to see if they can make a little announcement of.
My understanding is there's a meeting coming up at Congressman Becerra's office regarding issues surrounding the Rose Hills housing development. I know Mr. Madonna right now is up in Oregon. But yes, we did have a conversation last week regarding the situation, so it would be, if I get the pertinent information, and we can send out an email to the board members on when that meeting is, and that way we can have representation at that meeting. And then also too, it'd be, I think also one of the ideas that's been broached is having a combined public safety land use committee on the issues of the Rose Hills housing development, so that way, once again, all the issues, we would come to a definitive resolution on what direction to take on this, and then that way, those are done by the end of this board term, and then that way that information is passed on to the new board incarnation.
And so the committee will be meeting?
Yes, I just need to get contact information, I just need 2 emails for Jorge and who's the other person.
You bet, I'll get you those tonight.
Yeah, I will get that out, and then, the format, I think June, maybe we should coordinate to have a combined meeting of public safety and land use. I think some of those issues kind of intercross one another, and that way we can do that, so.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to beautification committee, Victor.
No report at this time, just that we are looking forward to working with the council office for the community cleanup. So we're looking forward to anyone who wants to come out and help. Feel free to come on by. Like Cynthia mentioned, it's going to be on Mariana Way, this cleanup, and we're looking forward to having a couple more cleanups. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, there was a cleanup already held last month. Thank you to everybody who came out and helped with that. That was took place outside of Dollar Tree and was over in the Rose Hill area. Yeah, I'm going after the arts and culture. So arts and culture committee, that's me. I'm the chair of right now. We're currently just working on the Kite Festival. That'll be our last event. Everything's set to go on April 24th, beginning at 10 a.m. Hopefully you all spread the word, take some flyers, especially if you have children at schools to maybe hand out to their friends. The banners are up. Everything's pretty much in place. The music is set. And the kites are here. So we're ready to roll on that. April 24th, 10 a.m. Everybody come out. Thanks. And next we have public safety. And I do need to say that I'm going to step out for about half an hour. So I'm going to turn over the meeting to our Vice President, Victor Ayala. And at the same time, he'll go ahead and report on the Public Safety Committee.
Thank you. No report at this time regarding the public safety meeting, but I'm looking forward to working with Scott, your committee, so we can get these issues, committee issues, to talk about, because there is some committee members that have a lot of questions regarding the Rose Hill Rehabilitation Project, and I think that with us collaborating, I think we'll get some answers out of that. So, okay, thank you. Okay, public safety, business, economic, that's vacant. Environmental, that's vacant. Bylaw, Mr. Pacheco, any updates at all? None at all. Education, that's vacant. Budget, Finance Committee, Michelle?
Updates for budget and finance. We continue to be transparent and we continue to be in compliance with Empower LA, the funding department. There was 2 funding requests that needed to be signed, and I'm pretty sure you board members received some of those emails. And Yoli has already signed them, scanned them, and sent them to funding department, so we can be in compliance with that request. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Ad hoc Standing Rules Committee, that's vacant. Ad hoc Inventory Committee, Michelle?
Yes, we moved the speakers, used to be stored in this room, but apparently some entities or organizations that use this facility were kind of helping themselves. So we moved them to there without telling that organization or whoever it is that works out or uses the program. So we moved it over there, and obviously they were looking for it because the person in charge of the facility didn't tell them they were over here, but they were using them. The karate people, they were using them. They were using them and they were just kind of helping themselves, so. And this was told to us by the employees, the facility director, so we quickly moved it over here. So it's locked away there, they won't use it. And just so you know, we don't mind loaning the equipment because it is the community's equipment, but it just has to be publicly voted if somebody's gonna use this equipment. Accountable for it, correct. And the other thing is one of the canopies was missing a little screw. At the day, Honor Your Park Day, when we opened it, it was missing a screw, and it's naturally that it happens. With every time you open it, the screw gets loose, and I believe I already gave a screw to Marlene to give to Troy to tighten it. Was it the one? You guys haven't tried it? Okay.
No, I haven't tried it.
Yeah, there's a little screw that is the right one for that easy up to tighten it up, so that should be back already. So it opens up correct. That's it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Okay, that's it for the reports at this time. Let me see. I don't see it here. It's not on here, but go for you, Michelle. Can you please give us an update with the elections? I'm sorry, it's not on the agenda.
I know, they didn't put the elections. So, my name is Michelle, I'm the election chair for LA 32. We have 26 candidates, and I believe Empire LA has emailed us the link so we know who are these candidates. We will be reaching out to these candidates so that we can extend an invitation for the meet and greet for April 24th and May 18th formal town hall. We would also like to meet with these candidates so we can kind of give them an idea, guidelines for canvassing, which I'm pretty sure they reached out to Empower LA, just so they know they're in compliance with canvassing. And also we want to make out a calendar to give them dates to kind of assist them of all the events that are happening in our community so they know where to canvass. And can they or not use the city logo on their flyer? Can they or not use the LA 32 logo? So all these things, I'm pretty sure they're reaching out to Empower LA, but we'd still like to clarify to them. And I only like doing that because when I was running for it 2 years ago, I didn't know whether I can do my own flyer and put the city logo or not. And those kind of questions, is what we would like to reach out to them. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Michelle, for that report. Okay.
There's one more. We are still waiting for the permit from Department of Transportation to approve the permit to use the facility or the street closure where our polling is going to be on May 21st. They haven't replied, but we did get the bureaus are calling to confirm and kind of asking what are we looking at? Is it a hard closure, soft closure, the 3 lanes, 1 lane, sidewalk, parking lane, or what? So Department of Transportation hasn't contacted me yet, so I'm waiting. So as soon as they contact me, I'm assuming if we're city officials, it is free, right? We don't pay for it. But if we have to pay for it, then we're gonna have to seek an alternative way to do our polling place, which means some of our outreach stuff hasn't been printed yet because we're waiting for that confirmation before we print and put that address, and we have to change it somewhere else.
Thank you. Just a recommendation, I know that we have spoke to Julio and that he had mentioned that if there's anything the council's office can do, so maybe if there is a cost factor for the permit, maybe we can work with the CD14 to see if it's possible they can waive those permits. I'm just throwing that just as a recommendation, just in case that we do have to pay a permit. So I'm just recommending maybe we can reach out to CD14 and see if they can help us out with that. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Michelle, for that report. Moving on, item number 7, approval of the minutes from special meeting of the General Board held on February 19, 2016. Mr. Mazal was not here. Do we have those copy here? Oh, you did. Board members, did you receive those emails with the minutes?
I have not seen them, and I think my emails have been sent to them. I'm gonna have to rearrange to get all that information locked up.
We're talking about February 19th. table, so we need to bring them back. But I don't see them, I don't acknowledge.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the only, just to remind that you did.
For the record that she read?
Yes, at, 6:45.
6:45.
6:45? Thank you.
There you go.
So,
Do you have an email? Can you send it out to the entire board? I know it's not a copy of it, but can you send an email, because I don't even remember the minutes. And everyone can do.
These are the March 2nd and March 14th.
Oh. One should be February 19th.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I have the March meeting with not.
Oh, okay, so that one's still in question.
so we need,
Such meeting still outstanding.
February 19th.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was looking for it.
so anyone would like to make a motion to table the item?
I'll make a motion to table the approval of minutes from the special general board meeting, February 19th.
And I'll second it.
Second. All those in favor of the motion? All in favor? Motion passes. That will be tabled. 9:00.
Everybody knows.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's
knows.
9:00, yes. Okay, so item number 8, treasury report regarding LA 32 finances, discussing a possible action to approve of the LA 32 neighborhood council monthly expenditure report for March 2016.
Yes, for the month of March 2016, the expenses we made was for operations, $479.76, and for elections, we spent $727.38, which totals $1,207.14. The monthly report is up on that wall. All the invoices and transactions are on that wall as well, and we have them here projected as well on this display. If you guys have any questions on any of the transactions that we approved and we purchased already.
Okay, board members, please take a minute to look through the expenditure report. If you have any questions, now's the
And I
time.
think you guys all have copies.
Yeah, we do. I had them too.
Give a couple of minutes to look through it.
I'll make a motion to approve the monthly expenditure report for March 2016.
Second. All in favor of the motion?
It's a roll call.
Oh, roll call, I'm sorry.
It's a funding matter, so it's a roll call. Hugo Pacheco? Tom William, absent. Cynthia Sandoval?
Yes.
Troy Carbajal?
Yes.
Victor Junayala?
Yes.
Scott Johnson?
Abstain due to,
Ineligibility.
ineligibility. That's good.
Yoli Garcia?
Yes.
Jennifer Markovich?
Yes.
Michelle Corsantes, yes. Angela Duarte?
Yes.
701. Motion passes.
Thank you, Michelle, for that. Old business. Item number 9, discussion and possible action. Motion that LA 32 Neighborhood Council cancel from the election category the approved $1,600 for the community beacon. Instead, funds will be used to pay the remaining cost for the printing of $15,000 to come out of the vote full color size 6.5 and 5.5, 5.9? Sorry.
6.5 by 9.
By 9 postcards and 15,000 full color brochures, size 11 by 17. Ad hoc election committee approved this and recommended to the board, on 2/22/16. So, I know there was some emails and some questions regarding this, so.
Mr. President, as the maker of this motion, I'd like to withdraw this motion from this agenda.
Okay, so there's no discussion on that, it's been, withdrawn, since he is the maker of the motion, he is allowed to withdraw it. So, moving on, number 10, discussion of possible action, motion that Ellington Neighborhood Council salvage the Canon Primax MG Crixma MG 7120 through the City of Los Angeles process. This is coming through the ad hoc inventory committee also. Can you give us a little update on that, Michelle, of the reason for the request to salvage the item?
Yes, the printer is right here on the table, we brought it forward. We already looked at it. We tested it at our ad hoc committee meeting, and we have witnessed that it is not printing. The lining of the ink jets and the nozzles are not printing straight, and I think we had last month the proof of how it's printing. And the reason why it did that, because it was transported from place to place. These printers are very sensitive, that when you open them, I mean, if you transport them, chances are they might break easily, quickly, fastly. So that's why we made that recommendation to salvage anything. We can't throw away anything, but we have to salvage, and there is a process to salvage with the City of LA.
Board member, any questions regarding this request?
You have to make a motion second.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion to salvage the Canon Prixma printer.
I'll second.
All in favor of the motion? No. Yeah. Public comment?
I would suggest something in the future. A lot of times, the board will always want to go with something lower cost. And a lot of times, this is what happens on lower cost items. You should take advice from some of the people that are in the community that can possibly help you out as far as acquiring more on the Pro line. You spend a little bit more, maybe also some cases for that if you're going to be transporting back and forth on any electronic units. And the higher cost ones will obviously last you and work for you a lot longer than, hey, we got a great deal on this. And always be aware of 2-in-1 anything. Example, printer, scanner, phone, what's the other stuff that they send out? So when you get all the 3-in-1 or 2-in-1, they're bound to go wrong, and especially if you move them around.
Good. So, can you please state your name?
I'm sorry. I'm Xavier Estrada. I'm the owner of Orchestrada Audio and engineering, and also production company.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment. Any more public comment regarding the, board members?
The only thing that I would want to know is, maybe is there a reason we go to low cost? I mean, is that something the city wants us to do? I mean, or we just buy whatever we want?
That one was $150, but when we got the new ones, corresponding secretary, that one that corresponding secretary has, $550, and the one that the treasurer has of $400. So we did invest into something a little more that's durable, and they actually have been going strong.
So verify.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So we learned from getting something, at a very low cost.
Any other questions, board members? Mr. Johnson?
Just a question on the storage space. Does storage space allow for spreading out equipment like on tables and stuff to utilize like printers and stuff? because we used to have an office, and that's in the past, but as you can see here, if you load something like this around, you can get wear and tear, it's gonna end up biting into our budget. I'm just wondering if there's a way to set up some stuff to be used in a way that's gonna enhance the longevity of the equipment.
Yogi?
Yes, I just want to state that the storage space that we have is limited, and also it's unlawful to set up the public storage under their policy as a workplace.
That's correct. Mr. Johnson, we might be able to get some answers from the primary, legal primary, but I wouldn't hold our breath. But thank you for your input, I appreciate that. Any more questions, board members, regarding the, none? So if there's not going to be a motion to go forward with this?
There was a motion, there was a second.
Oh, there was a motion.
I seconded it.
We,
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did it.
Yes.
We just had to do the public
Okay.
comment.
so we're good with that?
It was 900.
900. So that will be salvaged.
Yes. And
Okay.
I'll give you the follow-up report next week.
Thank you. Item number 11, discussion of possible action, motion that LA 32 Neighborhood Council adapt and the revised and updated LA 32 Neighborhood Council checkout form with recommendation changes made by the ad hoc inventory committee. Would the chairperson like to give us input on this?
Yes, the checkout form that we have, we wanted it to revise it, which we had it for last month's copies. We didn't get to it. I'm trying to see if I can find it here, bring it up so you guys can see it, what it looks like. I didn't think we'd make it to this line item. Try to see if I can bring up the revised checkout form so you guys can see what we are recommending on there. If I don't find it, we can just, postpone it, because I would really like you guys to get a chance to look at the recommendations that we made. And we did have copies at the last meeting, but we didn't get to it, and it wasn't on the special meeting, so, yeah, we could do that.
Let's postpone that. Okay, now,
I'll make a motion to postpone.
second, all right, you vote. All in favor of the motion?
Postpone.
It's unanimous. Okay. Item number 12, discussion and possible action regarding City Council File 15-1138, State of Emergency Crisis Center, which is about declaring a state of emergency and providing emergency shelter and housing to the homeless, is currently pending in the Homeless and Poverty and Housing Committee. This motion will be going before City Council, and LA 32 Neighborhood Council may elect to submit a community impact statement. We did get a copy of the council file here, and I'm pretty sure most of the board members, you did receive it also. I know that the president has sent this out to all of us to go through it to give our input on this. So, yeah, we need to actually, Michelle, did you have this?
No, I didn't get any of that, no.
Excuse me?
When was this?
I
I think it was with our last one.
Yeah, last month's agenda.
It says, look at it, it says CIF file at the very top.
And I think this will be actually from this board, this director, I think this will be our first community impact statement if we choose to go forward with this. So I'd like to.
Point of clarification, the motion is to vote to do a community impact statement. Is that what?
Well, actually, this is to support the council file recommendation and to, it says it may elect to, so we may elect to go forward with that. That's what their recommendation to us. So I'm just throwing that out there that we have never, I think since this term, this board has never done a community impact statement, so I'm just throwing that out there.
And it doesn't say, the motion doesn't give us an action.
True.
It all says within that, possibly.
That was called, Marlene Hire on the community impact. I don't know much about this property, but where they're planning to do the house, is it going to be a house?
That's actually, yeah, I think with the information that was sent to the board members, I didn't really get much clarification what I wanted also.
So why don't we postpone it to the next meeting until we get further clarification, and maybe have meeting how it's happening. Visual community impacts and actually through that.
Yes, I think this is once again, this is an example of an item that transcends not only land use, but also public safety too. I think this issue needs to be vetted more within the community, so let's keep it at committee level for community input, and then put it on the agenda. I mean, Mr. Ayala brings up a very salient point. This would be this board's first opportunity to have this board, this NC listed as under the community impact portion of the council agenda for a given item. I think this board should be doing these things once a meeting, in my opinion. But this issue here, I would love to see anybody go to the city clerk's website, take this number, and then put it in the council file. Then you see the evolution from the council committee through the various meetings that it's gone through, and see what is all encompassing within the motion itself. So I would say Mr. Ayala, I will confer with you on sending it to the joint meeting. I think we'll put this, if the board concurs, we send this item back to the committee, and that way the community has a chance to be a part of the discussion, and then we'll take it from there.
It says it's gonna go before city council. Is this time sensitive? Do we have a date?
That's just one of the concerns that I had because the information that was emailed to us, it didn't state that it was a time sensitive issue. So that was one of my concerns. So I'd like to get clarification on that first. Because if it is, there's no reason to take it back to a committee if it's next week that it's going to the city, the council's going to vote on it. But I still would like to go forward with it, even though they do vote on it. We should make our recommendations and as a board, make our community impact statement to either support or not support this.
All right.
Yoga?
Yes, I mean, I do think that as a council, we should be submitting community impact statements. I would like to hear from our stakeholders, their thoughts on this council file. And also, I heard comments about sending it back to committee. Did this go to a particular committee, or this came to the executive committee? Because there's no mention here of.
No, I don't think it went to any committee.
So if we're talking about sending it back to the committee, what committee would it go to?
But it have to be design use. And like Mr. Johnson mentioned, to the public safety issue also. So I do agree with Mr. Johnson.
Right, I think in this issue again, this has not been vetted by a neighborhood council committee. I understand maybe that this may be going for the council office. I mean, I can look at it once I get back on this computer. I can take the file number and input it into the data on the city clerk's site. and then see where the status is. But again, we would be taking action on something that we're just relying on a paragraph, and we don't have, a community impact statement should be based upon community input. And so not just us, us 9 people sitting here right now. As you know, homeless situation in our community is quite acute in certain areas, and we've heard from stakeholders in the past about various issues regarding that. So again, I would ask that we would go through the motion of at least taking it back to committee, have the committee meet before the executive committee for the May meeting, and then we'll have it on the May agenda. Looking here, looking at this agenda, we see we have a lot of space for upcoming new business, so I think we can really give it a fair, a good proportion of the agenda needed for upcoming May meeting.
Thank you. Mr. Pacheco?
Yeah, I think this brings up the fact that even the last time Herb Wesson, President of the Council, asked us to take a look at the Department of Water and Power rate hikes. You know, are we getting enough time, lead time, for us to even consider these items? Because, you know, I saw how they said at the council that the community supported these rate hikes. We never even got to talk about it. And I'm not sure how many neighborhood councils actually got to talk about it. But they went back and said, oh, great support. And again, maybe this is indicative of something that we need to work with the council itself, city council, and say, hey, you need to give us a lot more lead time. These are difficult to come up with, you know, overnight.
I agree with that. State your name, please. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just have one more question.
Go ahead.
Who brought this forward to the executive committee? Was it a board member or did it come from some representative at city council?
Thompson brought it on the executive meeting.
Tom's from Dunn.
Two.
Careful.
We're just not gonna use that. Do we have Susie Lopez still here? No.
She's gone. I was going to say the same thing too, if she had any background on that.
I mean, that would be the person who could at least brief us a little bit more.
Thank you.
Xavier Estrada, stakeholder for a long time. I'm going to preface this by saying that you should check up on this after what I'm going to let you know. Today in the city council, they voted on homeless. Any encampment can only have 60 gallons worth of their own personal properties, and that these 60-gallon containers, I guess they would have to get on their own somehow, or I'm not sure whether or not the city is going to supply this for them so that they can also bring in their encampment each night via tents or whatever and put it inside these containers. Now it went into city council today and was voted on today, and it was worked on in the news, and I heard the first of it last week. But I heard again on the news today, just about maybe 3 hours ago, that that's what just occurred, and that the city will still have the right to take away their properties.
That's very interesting. Any more board discussion? Any more public comment regarding this issue? Board members? So there will be a motion to, Mr. Pacheco, go ahead.
West Hills here says that they've discussed it back on February 4th, 2016. So this has been out there for a while.
Right, if I could elaborate, this is coming out of the council last fall wanting to declare a state of emergency regarding the homeless issue. Actually came from the mayor's office. Then the mayor's office kind of pulled back on taking a formal declaration. So this has been kind of dormant within city council on declaring a formal state of emergency regarding homeless issues in Los Angeles. Mainly it has to do more with the housing component in terms of expediting permits for building housing units, or expediting inspections and stuff to open more facilities for the homeless population. But that's where we're at with this. That's primarily where the genesis of this came from.
Thank you. So, go ahead, Anthony.
I'll make a motion to send this item back to the Land Use Committee for further research and to propose a community impact statement to work with the two representative for the community impact statement to present to the board.
Is there a second with that motion?
Do you want me to repeat it?
I'll second that.
So motion by Angela, seconded by Scott to send this back to committee. All those in favor? Unanimous? Motion passes. New business. Discussing an action regarding Public Works Bureau of Street Services, small asphalt repair schedule for May the 12th of 2016. The Bureau of Street Services will be performing small asphalt repairs on 5/12 of 2016 and 932 Angelo Beach area. And are asking for a list of 15 street names needed repair. Stakeholders and board directors will nominate streets to submit to the Department of Repairs. So just a little background on this, we have gotten an email from the Department of Street Services that as mentioned, that they're going to be doing some small asphalt repairs in 90032, and they're asking the community and us ask for any 15 streets to be nominated. So what the executive committee thought we should do is that maybe we should ask the community members if you guys have any streets that would be like to be added to the, like I said, it's 15. So this is an opportunity for the community members to come forth with any streets that you have in mind. There is a process, and we have to, I know that we have some paperwork we have to do, and it is time sensitive. So if there's any community members of any streets if you have that needs to be small repair asphalt, now is the time to come forward and submit your streets to the board here. And what we'll do is we'll do the homework and we'll go ahead and submit the paperwork. But like I mentioned, it is time sensitive, so we need to have these streets as soon as possible. So at this time, I would like to just ask the committee members, is there anyone here right now that would like to submit a street to be added to this list? Committee members at this time?
You have to have a motion first and second.
It should
We should have gone back to committee, because it's so important for the committee, so we can have that community input, and then present that list to the board for approval.
Right.
But this shouldn't, I don't, because there's only a few people here, what about the other people that come in?
And I agree with you, but like I mentioned, at the executive committee, the thought was, we had just received the email, I think was 3 days ago, that before the executive committee, we just received.
We received the email on March 29th.
Right, 29th.
And the deadline to submit these asphalt repair streets is May 12th.
If the executive committee received it, it should have gone immediately to the committee.
And they send it to all of us,
Yeah, to go to
the entire board.
and to determine which committee it should go to, beautification, land use, public safety, who's going to compile this list? It doesn't have to be exactly for us to ask just a few people that are here, and then we have 44,000 stakeholders out there.
Yeah, I agree with you, I agree. Mr. Johnson?
Yes, we do have time to compile this information. If for some of us who are more social media savvy, we do have various social media pages within this community that have a large outreach. Our town is over 7,000 plus people. The Voice Community News, 7,000 plus. Rolls Hill Review. We also, the council office has a weekly email blast that we can work with. I think what we should do here is not only on a committee level, but we can also utilize those various communication mediums to get the message out by so-and-so, say by the next executive board meeting. We have the list of streets. In between that time too, we also incorporate one of the land use committee meeting and to bring these lists of names, so that way the list of names are submitted for review to the executive committee or reviewed for submission on the May agenda. If I'm correct here, the deadline is May 12th. You can look at the calendar. Our first meeting in May would be on May 4th, day before Cinco de Mayo, and we'll be able to get that information in by the 7th.
Ms. Pacheco?
There was an email from Tom Williams the other day saying he was going to be out of town, but I think he's been working on this aspect of things. And I hear that he had so there has been some work, I don't know which committee.
That's correct.
Right?
He's the one who brought it to my attention, actually.
Right, but it came as an individual, not as a committee. So.
No, what I'm saying, in the past, there's been discussion during our meetings from Tom Williams about this issue. So I'm just trying to find out, how was Tom handling it? No committee, just on his own, or?
Well, what I understand is that the email that he has sent, I think that he had some input on that. But that was the last email that I received. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if anybody else received any more. Okay?
At one of our board meetings, we actually asked Tom to be our liaison for that actual motion that we are discussing. We don't have a motion that's actually established right now for this, but he was working on that. He was to be our liaison to the bureaus and street services.
Could we make a motion that he continue to be our liaison, and that people who are interested can contact him directly?
I don't, he's not in a committee, I think, actually, I'd like to make a motion that we send this to beautification committee to do the outreach and recommendations of the 15 streets, that is what they require in our community of 90032. So that it comes out of the beautification committee. Yes, we'll make sure he comes to our meeting.
Okay.
So it's going to be postponed, and it's going to.
No. There's a motion, there's a second, there's discussion from the public, and then us.
Any public comment on this? Xavier?
We need to get some time. I mean, I've seen several streets, but I can't
Yeah,
give
I
it to you
agree.
tonight.
I agree. I do agree with what the directors and with the public. We do need more time. I'm just trying to see if we can go forward with community input,
Now that I have a focus on it, I'll pull over and
Okay.
notate which streets.
Okay, thank you. So there was a motion by, a second? Second by, all in favor of the motion? I thought we didn't have discussion. Okay, go ahead.
Motion.
Thank you.
I was just gonna encourage the stakeholders that are here today, if they know of any streets that require asphalt repair, it would be good for them to communicate it today, so we already have a list started. And, I think that was it.
Question, who do we get in touch with?
Board at LA32NC.org.
Okay.
Anyone from the board?
And if it's gonna go to beautification, if any stakeholders are here from the beautification committee, so maybe if stakeholders have names already, if they could give them to Jim directly. Not everybody uses email or, media, so that'd be another way.
Are we going this way? I was gonna say something.
Mr. Johnson?
Again, I think all the appropriate communication mediums should be utilized in this, and working on a timeline that's taking this to the committee. Here, said it could be really a good, this is the prototypical example of outreach that neighborhood council is supposed to be doing in its community it serves. So it'd be a good time to utilize the various communication mediums available to us to get this information out there.
Thank you.
So, that's why in the motion, are you sure that it said that we would do the outreach? So we'll contact Erin to do an email blast, so the community could reach out to us and give us the name of their streets. We'll put it on Facebook, we'll put it on the website, and, yeah, we'll put it out there so people can let us know. So when we do meet, we'll already have, if anybody came forward, because on that email, it gives you the 3 forms, where you put it in, the questions, and the guidelines, and all that stuff. So we'll probably put those 3 forms on the website too, so if people want to know what street to recommend, how do they recommend it? Yeah. Oh, and one more thing, we have till May 15. May 15, we need to forward the completed form by or on May the 5th. If you would like to continue with a previous submitted list, let me know. Please contact me if you have any questions. So they're pretty good if we contact them. It's Benny Carnaza from that department. But the deadline is on the 5th of May. But then they say over here, or your email. Yeah.
But our paperwork is up, which is
Well, it says that they would start the repairs on May 12th, so the deadline is May 5th. So when is our next meeting with the, so we would do it that day when we're done with the meeting, email it to them quickly. And we'll call to let them know that that's gonna happen.
We're basically, the way it works, the committee recommends, and then if there's any changes, we change it, otherwise it stays.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to add to that, we have 3 events this month, so we can put the booth out there and use Alley 32 and see outreach to help gather that information as well.
Okay, so just my comment is that, they're asking directors also, so board members, if you have any streets also, please, go forward with submitting your street request also, so that, your, streets can be heard too. So, with that said, that motion was to, please?
Motion that we send this to the beautification committee to do the outreach and recommendation of 15 streets, because that is what they asked for, 15 streets, in our community of 90032.
Okay, all in favor of the motion? Unanimous? Motion passes?
See that the president would like to make a motion.
Motion to adjourn. Second?
Who's gonna second?
All in favor?
I oppose.
They don't vote.
Saturday.